So here's a visual example of how you can start attracting business without posting real estate content. Let me show you. Okay, so think of this as a Venn diagram in terms of attracting people without real estate content, because a lot of times people get stuck or confused on where they should start with their content. So let's look at it at a Venn diagram, and where these two circles intersect, that's your content strategy. But let's start here on the left side. So what lights you up? This is really easy. It's basically just hobbies you enjoy, what you love to do or talk about, or just your passions you have. And I know all these can kind of intertwine with each other, but find what that is. Find what you enjoy doing, where you can humanize your content and people can actually relate to you. For example, one of our clients, he loves training jiu-jitsu. So we developed a series of videos talking about that, and it's been doing great. Another client, for example, she loves home staging and home design. So we create series based on that, with dishing out information on that and how she loves doing that. And then next is what your ideal client enjoys. So this is basically like, what are they attracted to? Where do they travel? What content do they watch? What icons or role models do they like? So it's gonna take a little bit of research on your part, because everyone has a different client they're trying to attract. But it's very important, because this is where you start developing your authority side of your content. The left side is more like personal based, where you're injecting your personality into it. And on the right side is you're injecting authority, where you're trying to gain people's trust and trying to build that relationship with people. And right here, this is where you intersect the two and where the two overlap. That's your magic. And this is where your content strategy lives, right here. This is the content strategy, where you can combine these two together. That's where you want your content to mesh, because now not only are you showing your personal side and what you like, you're also intertwining it with what your client enjoys, with what your ideal client enjoys. And when you do that, that's where magic occurs, because now you're speaking to them. It's magnetism. It's where they're understanding the psychology of what they like. You bring your own identity to the conversation so that you can stand out. And then you do the work on yourself and understand what lights you up, especially when you want to work with, higher net worth individuals. Because people are just overall very attracted to people who really understand themselves and are interesting, who are self-interesting. So look at it like a Venn diagram, and where those two circles intersect, that's going to be your content strategy. You want to focus everything in on that. So of course, focus on this side first, because obviously we all know what you enjoy, your hobbies. Maybe it's sports, maybe it's lifting, maybe it's food, maybe it's, some other stuff. Maybe you're into wine, or it could literally be anything. So talk about that, because I guarantee you other people are going to have a similarity between that. Now, with what your ideal client enjoys, that's a little bit more research. You got to start asking a little bit deeper questions. Kind of right here, you could start with these ones. Answer them. And then you can start creating content on that. Like, maybe what are they attracted to in the real estate market? Maybe it's the type of agents that they're attracted to, or the type of agents they're not attracted to. Where do they travel? Maybe you could start creating community or kind of travel pieces of content on those things, where it's like, okay, if you're trying to travel here, here's some things to do. I've been here, I did this, I did that. What content do they watch, and what format? Is it more direct to camera, or are they watching, things kind of like this, where I have a screen recorder and I'm writing down stuff? Or is it that community stuff here, where it's like giving them ideas on what it's like in this city, what it's like in that city, what it's like to live here? And that's really it, obviously you can answer this too down here, where it's what icons, role models do they like? And I'm not saying to try and be anyone else, but it's going to tell you that if they like that type of person, clearly you have a similarity with that icon or role model as well. So be yourself, of course, but also start thinking about it in that kind of sense.